edition session. Welcome to the September edition. I welcome us all to the September edition of our Facebook Live session. Wherever you are joining me, I welcome you all to the September edition of our Facebook Live session. Now, this month's edition is a special edition because we have a special guest. Yes, our guest has been on our Facebook Live series before, and yes, I'm going to be doing this Facebook Live session for this month with Coach Rachel Henry. Yay! I'm so excited, and we are going to be discussing. All right, guess the topic. Guess the topic for our Facebook Live session. Drum rolling. All right, our topic says lion no dey born goats. Lion no dey born goats, the power of modeling in parenting adolescents. Lion no dey born goats, the power of modeling in parenting adolescents. So I won't be doing this alone. I'll be doing it with Coach Rachel Henry, and she is here already. So let us get started. Let us get started. About time. So yes, lion no dey born, the power of modeling in parenting adolescents. This is very, very important. Now we want to look at what is the importance of modeling. Why is modeling important in parenting your adolescents, your teenagers, your adolescents, your preteens? Why is modeling important? And children generally, why is it important to what? Why is modeling an important aspect of parenting? Why is it an important aspect of parenting? So we are going to be looking at that topic today. Lion no dey born goat. And it's true. You know, you will never see a lion. You know, it's like a slang. You will never see a lion give birth to a goat. You never see a goat give birth to a dog. What does this mean? It means that each species of animal or human being will give birth to their kind. Yes, you give birth to your kind. So as a parent, you will give birth to your kind, right? So as a parent, you will give birth to your kind. This is very, very what? Important. Why is modeling important? Why is modeling important in parenting adolescents? Because for every species, you know, for every species, you have to give birth to your kind. Like I said, that lion no dey born goat. Lion can never give birth to a goat. It will give birth to a baby lion. Goats will never give birth to a dog. It's not possible. Dog will never give birth to a cat. It's not possible. So every species, every, you know, creature. So as even as parents, you will give birth to your kind, not just physical. You know, now we have, you know, children that when you look at their, you look at their face, they look exactly like their mother, you know, physically in terms of, their face. Some may even take their father's face, their father's height. That's not what we are talking about today. You know, that's not what we are talking about today. So we are talking about modeling. We're not talking about, oh, I'm a woman, you know, as a mother, I gave birth to my kind. My daughter looks so much like me facially that when people see her, when they see me, they see her. When they see her, they see me. You know, that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the power of modeling in parenting adolescents, in parenting your teenagers, in parenting your preteens, in parenting your adolescents. You know, it's very, very key. The power of modeling. The power of modeling. So this is very, very key in parenting. The power of modeling. We need to look at what modeling really is. Why should we model? Why is modeling important? Why is modeling important? So this is very, 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 very crucial. It is a point that we must look at, because to parent effectively, this is one aspect that must not be ignored. This is one aspect that must not be ignored. To parent effectively, this is one aspect that must not be ignored by parents. If you want to parent successfully, You want to parent successfully. This is one aspect of parenting that must not be ignored. Modeling. So I have here that, there is a saying that goes thus. It says that more is caught than taught. Yes. More is caught than taught. There is a saying that goes thus, that more is caught than taught. So as parents, more is caught than taught. More is actually caught than taught. So you need to check it. Now, the caught is CAUGHT. So more is caught than taught. So like I usually say a lot of times, that children learn more from what they see than what you tell them. Children, they learn more. That thing that says that action speaks louder. Exactly. Children learn more from what they see than what you tell them. Action speaks louder than words. Action speaks louder than voice. So dear parents, you need to understand this. You need to understand this. Action speaks louder. It speaks louder than words. It speaks louder than words. Action speaks louder than words. So as parents, we need to be careful. We need to be careful. So like I usually say that children learn more. I have here that children learn more from what you do than what you say. Oh my God. Children learn more from what you do than what you say. Dear parents, children learn more from what you do than what you say. I usually say something that most times, you see this, their ear. What will make them listen to you well is if what you have been doing is in alignment with what you are saying. You are not contradicting yourself. Because I've seen parents that tell me that, coach, she doesn't listen. He doesn't listen. Well, check well. It might be that your actions and your words, they are not aligning. It can be that what your actions and your words, they are not aligning. So dear parents, we need to ensure that what we do is in alignment with what we say. Because when you now say things, when you now begin to instruct them, it is what you have been doing that will make what you will say become effective. It is what you have been doing that will make what you say be what effective. It is what you have been doing that will make what you say what very, very effective. Very, very effective. Very, very effective. So dear parents, we are urging us today that ensure that what you do is in alignment with what you say. Let it not contradict each other. Let mommy not say, don't lie. That's words. And then they catch mommy lying. Now you may say, my children cannot catch me. It starts from the little things. For instance, a lot of parents, some parents, don't say a lot of parents. Some parents are guilty of this. They lie about their location in front of their children. Oh, where are you? Where have you gotten to? They say, I'm coming, I'm on my way, and you are too. Your children is looking at that. They are taking notes. Okay. Mommy said we should not lie. Mommy said we should not lie. Daddy said we should not lie. And then they are doing the opposite. That is it. That's how it starts. So dear parents, ensure that whatever you do is in alignment with what you say. Ensure that whatever you do is in alignment with what you say. Ensure that whatever you do is in alignment with what you say. This is very, 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 very important. This is very, very, very important because, like I said, that whatever you do, let it be what in alignment with what you say. Now, the next one, so I like to share a story with us. So there's a popular parents coach, a popular parents coach, and then she says something in one of our books that I bought. She said that, there was a time that, in their home, as a family system, like a system structure in their home, like a value system in their home, that they discuss different values, they discuss different values every month. So they can pick a particular value that they want their children to know more about, to learn more about, to begin to emulate, and they teach it all through that month. Now, she said that particular month, they were talking to them about failure. They were teaching the children of failure. That story just sinks so well with what we are about to what we are discussing today. He said that they has been teaching the children about failure. That when you fail, it's okay to fail, and when you fail, pick up the lessons and bounce back, something like that, in line with that. And then she said that they had been teaching them about failure. So something happened. She attended, her and her husband, they attended their children's inter-house sports competition in school. So the children, they were doing their inter-house sports competition in school. So she and her husband, they went for the competition. She said during they now did parents race. She said that very, very funny. When I remember this story, it's always like makes me laugh sometimes. She said that they went for the children's, they went for the children's inter-house sports competition. And then during the inter-house sports competition, they went to run. So the mother and the father, they volunteered to run the parents' race. She said that they had not started, that she ran the, for the women and all. She said they've not even gotten anywhere. That on your mark, get set, go. She said that she found herself on the ground. She found her face flat on the ground. She said because of the weight of the fall, she said she would have just remained there. She would have just remained there. But she said immediately, she just remembered that she has been teaching her children, they have been teaching their children that month about failure and how the attitude you should have towards failure. The attitude you should have towards failure. I don't know, our guest is having issues with network, but let's continue. So she said, they have been teaching about failure. Oh, when you fail, this is how you do. When you fail, this is what you should do. Just pick up the lessons, move on, this and that. She said they have been teaching on failure. She said immediately she fell down like that. One part of her was like, just remain there. Another part of her just came and told her that, her spirit just came and told her that, come, remember that I have been teaching these children about failure. And these children are watching you currently. They want to see your attitude after you have fallen. Because apparently she failed, right? In that aspect of running the race. She failed already. She has not gotten anywhere, and then she had a very heavy fall. She said she just told herself that, you know what? Is either you stand up now or you stand up now. Is either you stand up now or you stand up now. Is either you stand up now or you stand up now. So she stood up. She said immediately she told herself, she stood up and then she ensured that she finished the race. And it was so beautiful to hear. Right? Or to read, rather, because of the book. I was reading a book. So it was so beautiful to read that part. And that particular act, do you know that, dear parents, do you know that particular act would sink more to those children than the days of having to learn about failure? That was a practical moment for those children. That, oh, mommy ran this race. She fell down. She stood up immediately. She picked up herself immediately, and that was it. That experience capped everything he had been teaching. As she mentioned, that experience was like the hitting the nail on the head moment. So, dear parents, children learn more from what they see than what you tell them. They learn more from what you do as a parent. Now, another thing I have here, our guest is having network issues. So, another thing that I have here is that consistency builds credibility. Dear parents, consistency builds credibility. Consistency between your words and action also builds what? Trust. It builds what? Trust. Your children are able to say that, oh, when daddy says this, he means it. When mommy says this, she means it. So there is what? Consistency. Even in the area of discipline. Discipline, discipline is not about flogging. No. Discipline is teaching. Discipline is instructing. Discipline is letting your children know that when they do this particular thing, there's a consequence for it, and you are consistent with it. When they do this, it is what? And you are consistent with it. You are consistent with it. So, dear parents, discipline is teaching. It's not flogging, no. No. Discipline is not flogging. It is teaching. It is instructing. It is instructing. It is what? Instructing. So, dear parents, ensure that you are consistent. Consistency is key. Ensure that you are consistent. All right. Yes, ensure that you are consistent. Welcome, ma. Consistent. Welcome, ma.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you. I had a bit of some network issues there, but we are here now. Can you see me and hear me very well?
Yes, I can hear you, ma. I can see you.
All right, that's great. So you've said a lot already. I was actually enjoying your line of thought and what you are saying. Yes, parenting is modeling, right? There's a difference between do as I say and do as I do. There is a big difference. So for many parents, what they model on, what they stand on is do as I say. But they forget that these children see us doing so many things. They observe, like their observation skill, their observation quotient is so high. It's so very high. So the way we talk, the way we walk, the way we behave, the way we act, the way we relate with others, there's no aspect of what we do that is missed by these parents, by these children, because they actually observe. And don't forget, we are talking about adolescents. It's like they are semi-adults. They're on their way to becoming adulthood. So their opinions are already almost formed, or if not totally formed.
Yeah.
What it is that we are doing with them, like we need to be very, very deliberate. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. All
right. So like some days ago, I was discussing with a parent, and the parent said, we were talking about parenting and all that. And he said, he made a statement. He said, that when he's discussing with his wife in the presence of his children, that his wife will try to counter his opinion and all that. And he noticed that when he goes out for his day and he comes back home, that the children are now like more tending towards their mom, like trying to support their mom in the argument that him and his wife were having. So I was like, okay, and he made
Hello, ma. I can't hear you again. I think network. Network.
Can
All
you hear
right.
me,
So,
please?
okay, I can hear you now.
Can you?
I can hear you now.
All right. It's breaking a bit, but God will help
All
us to
right.
get to where we are going to.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, all right. Thank you. One of the key aspects of modeling is showing. Showing
Mm,
is more powerful than telling, because as humans, our brain works more with visuals than audio. Our brain works more
mm,
with visuals than audio. So you can't
yeah.
say this is what I want you to do, but you are doing something else. You are not showing it. You are not
Mm,
modeling it. You are not demonstrating it. Let's take, for instance, the case of emotions, emotional intelligence. Or let's even start
yeah.
from behaviors. Let's start from behaviors. All right, because
Mm,
I'm a behavioral therapist, so
cool.
I understand a lot about behavior. So let's go to behaviors
Yes, yes.
first. Now,
Mm,
as parents, we see this, we behave in certain ways that are not really okay. So
mm,
the kids, they watch, the adolescents, they watch us, they see how we behave, they see how we relate with people, and it's like we don't know they are actually watching. And once, before you know it, these youngsters, they start
mm,
replicating these behaviors, and you start to
yeah.
wonder, where did sometimes you see parents wonder that I don't know where you pick this behavior from. They'll be telling their children,
From.
I don't know where you pick this behavior from. But if you can watch closely, if you can sit down and analyze, you will notice that this behavior, someone in the family, either the dad or the mom, has been behaving this way, or has been talking
Mm,
this way, or has been acting
mm,
this way. So
yeah.
unconsciously, the children pick up these behaviors one way or the other. They pick it up, and
Mm,
when they start exhibiting it, it now becomes a shock. You'll be wondering, where did you get this behavior from? It is from the home, right there, not from outside. It's from right there.
yeah.
And these children, they pick it up and they run with it. They don't have time to tell you, to start explaining that I saw you doing it in so time. No, it doesn't work that way. As they see you do it, they just
Yeah.
pick it up and they run with it. So for instance,
Yeah.
a parent that talks to people anyhow, right?
Mm,
When you have a parent that talks to people anyhow, the children also, they are watching the language, they are watching
mm,
the response, they are watching negotiations with him. Maybe the parent wants to buy something or we go somewhere, and
yeah.
the parent is talking somehow. The children will want to emulate these behaviors. Before you know, you find out, you just get a report from the school one day, and they'll say your child is a
Mm,
bully, is bullying his
mm,
classmates. And you'll be
mm,
wondering, why we don't do this in our family? Where did you pick this behavior from? The
mm,
child had picked it from the language being used unconsciously in the home. They pick it up from the language being used, the way the parents interact, with themselves and also with outsiders.
yeah. Yes,
So,
yes.
okay, so let me go to empathy. For instance, now, if we don't show empathy and kindness to those around us, and we think because these are emotions, these are feelings, kindness, they are feelings, they're not
Yeah.
tangible things, so they are just there. Then you now feel that the kids don't know whether you are kind to people or not. How you do relate with strangers? How do you relate with your neighbors? So we
Mm,
as the street fighters on the
mm,
street, in their workplaces, they know them as the one that always gets into a fight or a quarrel, almost daily, on a weekly basis.
yeah. Mm, very true. All right.
So it's not
Yeah.
all about the words we say. It is not. It is about the actions we take, the steps we take, the things we show. Showing is very, very important. Showing
Mm,
is very, very important. Sometimes when I'm
mm,
driving out and I see people on the road, maybe, and there's space in the car, because when I'm with my children in the car, there'll still be one or two or three vacant spaces. So when we are going and we see someone, maybe a woman a pregnant woman, or we see a mom backing a baby, I will just park and I'll tell my children to call the person, or I'll beckon to the person to come. I'll ask, where are you going to? If it's along our way, we pick the person. So what am I doing? I am modeling kindness. I am modeling empathy. Sometimes you can see someone carrying a heavy load. I will park and I will tell the person to come. Where are you going? And in doing this, I also teach the children about discernment, having the spirit of discernment. I also let them know, understand that it is not everybody you see on the way that you pick like that. There is a place for discernment. You need to listen to your spirit. Now, when your spirit tells you that it is okay to pick that person, then you pick the person, you help the person. But when your spirit does not agree with that environment or that situation, you do not. You listen to the Spirit of God in you. What am I doing? In that scenario alone, I've modeled discernment, I've modeled kindness, I've modeled empathy, I've modeled being helpful, I've modeled so many things in that scenario alone. Do we understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is not about what we tell with our mouth. It is what we show. It is what we show. Showing is more important than telling. Showing is more powerful than telling. And in showing, we need to make our communication very clear so that we'll be sure that they have understood what the message we are trying to pass. We'll be sure, because sometimes you want to pass a message and you unconsciously pass a different message. But communicating clearly is very, very important. What do we show? How do in let's not even go far, even in the house, what is it that we are showing? How is our relationship among the family? Are we the always at loggerheads kind of family? Or are we the ones that come together and reason out issues and we talk and the home is fun and playful and we iron out issues even if there are disagreements, we resolve conflicts amicably? So what modeling, it starts from right there in the home. Some people will say, oh, my child is too small, I cannot model. Before your child got to an adolescent age, your child was first a baby, your child was first a toddler, your child was first a teenager before they get to being an adolescent. Modeling it doesn't start when your child is already an adolescent. It starts from when they are little. That is how to win the battle. That is how, because parenting is a lot of work. Modeling starts from, what do you do? Some parents do things and they think, oh, my child is still small. They don't understand. They will not know. They are just children. They don't know anything. We kid ourselves if we say that. If you say, oh, they are just children, they don't understand, they don't know anything. As little as they are, 3, 4, 5 years old, they know a lot. They are observing, they are watching. And it is from what they observe, what they watch, that they will take into adulthood. That's what they will take into adulthood. That's what they will take into adolescenthood. So modeling in parenting is very, very essential. I don't know if you have anything to say or any question for me, Coach Deborah.
All right. Thank you so much, Ma, for that. I don't know if you can.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
That being said, can you hear me, Ma?
Yes, I can hear you.
I don't know, the network is fluctuating here, but what I'm trying to say is that thank you so much for that. Like, it is very, very key. I won't talk about that. We're still going to mention about the modeling, the emotional control aspect, and even the behavioral aspect too. But I just want us to talk about like a bit of the double life danger, because there's something called the double life, that is parents that, they have a certain kind of
Okay, I'll not make for you.